And then I ain't even gonna look, but if it does, okay, all right. Now go ahead. Let's go. Scottie Pippen's
His wife, ex-wife,
okay.
is dating Michael Jordan's son.
Oh. 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 Okay. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, she got out of him what she wanted, and then when she finished with him, she is now doing whatever she wants to do, and it doesn't even matter to him that she's bringing shame to him or his family by dating, Michael Jordan's one of his greatest enemies, Scottie Pippen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she had like 5 kids by Scottie Pippen, and he's sitting around there looking like he need to get a check every month because he ain't all there.
Oh my gosh.
Gisele Bündchen, what does she do? She done left Tom Brady.
Wow. So yeah. So well, and here's the thing, and I'm not hating on them for deciding to get their paper or whatever they need to do and whatever it is, because at the end of the day, the relationship is a mutual thing. I mean, it's a mutual thing, and now that I look at it differently, I think my space has shifted a lot, because I realize men are doing it for their own reason. Men are doing it for whether they think if it's convenient.
Men are doing it why?
Huh?
You went out on that. You said men are doing it why?
For their own come up reason, whatever that is. You think that gives you another status, that gives you another level of privilege. There was if you've seen, like you said, you've seen Cynthia G, and there's a little clip. If you've seen, hold on, let me see. Is it my? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hold on.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, it was. I turned the Wi-Fi off. Is it better? Is it better?
Very much.
Okay. Yeah, I had turned the Wi-Fi off because earlier it was tripping. But Cynthia G posts a little video of it's a non-black woman that is saying black men think that white women have it easier or come up as a result of dating them if they are NBA players, But it's actually the opposite. We actually lose value by dating y'all.
Absolutely.
That's what she said. I was like, oh, she did.
And he was in shock when she said that.
You said he was.
He was a complete shock. He was like, oh, I am a black man. Yes. Well, because the media, and let's just be honest, some black men have confirmed the stereotype. Abusive, abandon you, look at you as I can't stand a man who look at his wife as the breadwinner.
Oh, yep.
So they've been bitchified by their mamas. And daddy is either on the scene and he's an Ahab. So when we talk about Ahab, Jezebel, there can't be a Jezebel if there ain't no Ahab. And so, in other words, you have these weak-minded men. And they are allowing sometimes stronger women than them, some with dubious, not good intentions, some with good intentions at all. But they usurp their authority. So instead of putting their foot down and saying, daughter, no, you're not going to go out with that dude, they'd be like, whatever your mama say. Right. And then when everything go wrong, then they blame the mama. Right.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Like when you, even just with that, when you were like, they're being bitchified by the mama, it is always mama and daddy. Whether daddy's absent or not, that's still a part in that bitchification.
I completely agree.
Okay, because I was like
to a mutual agreement.
Yeah,
this man is getting ready to be a bitch.
And that's the problem, is that there is this thing that single women have made these boys and that's what's coming from men. Well, look, dude, all of y'all are the daddies to these boys. So what has been your role in that? And that comes from what I'm talking about. Are you a predator, or are you a provider, or are you a protector? What are you providing and what are you protecting? Because you're not protecting your kids. And this is not all. I always say it's not all. But like, what are you protecting? And then now you have the audacity, because baby, audacity is at an all-time high.
Yes, it is.
You have the audacity to attack the women who are raising your babies? Are you kidding me? Girl, that's like active shooter potential right there. Like, I'm talking about hot mad.
But the thing is, let's be honest. Let's talk about when the truth of the matter is they don't want to take responsibility.
Yes.
They don't want to take blame for what it is that they have done. So it's just much easier to say, oh, it's her fault. They never want to talk about them being absent. And another thing these new little spicy men do.
Not spicy. Oh, I like that. New little spicy men. I love it. I love it.
Baby, these new little spicy brothers, they couldn't stay in a relationship because of you.
Right. Yeah.
So I can't be a man because you won't let me.
Oh, because you. Oh, no. Wait, Nat. I'm talking about you. This ain't even the new little spicy. Let's go back to 2011. So that's what? 12 years ago. I remember when I would take my son to get a haircut. And there would always be this man in there. He looked very similar to I can't think of it's some kind of animated thing, like a blob or something. He was a big guy. Big.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, scary. But anyway, and he was cross-eyed. And he would always say, there she go. The man eater. She's a man eater. Emasculating me.
I can even see you clearly.
But it was because you go every week, you're getting your son's haircut or whatever, and you're talking, well, I know, the barbers are right across the street, the barbershop. So they knew me, DJ knew me, all these people knew me. So they would be like, well, oh man, she's been married 5 times. Da, 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 da. So then that'd be the conversation. Oh, she's a man eater. That's why she eating them. She's a man eater. She eating right through them. Just going through emasculating every man in her. Y'all be careful around her. She emasculating every man in her presence. Huh?
Uh-oh.
If you are a man, that's like saying you are defeminizing a woman. You can't defeminize me. Because guess what?
Yeah.
I am
because I shared with you, my mom was married several times, and she didn't eat men. She just didn't have time for foolishness.
But that's when you don't have time for foolishness, you are now an emasculation queen, a man eater, a lesbian, whatever. It's always got to be all these different things. So
that speaks more to their insecurity to me,
right? Or angry,
than your behavior as a woman,
or anger. And there's the thing. And see, as I've been kind of studying this material, I had never heard of incels. Had you heard of that?
Yeah, I had.
I had not, because you've always been a little bit more in the media of all that than me. Because you would ask me, I don't know if it might have been Cynthia. You would ask me about, or Tanya TKO, or somebody you was asking me about.
I listened to her. I really got really interested when Kevin Samuels was putting out the crap he was putting out.
Girl,
and then come to find out, the man, the person he died laying on top of was a man, so he was into transvestites. So,
oh my God, shut up.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, because like I said, I don't follow to that extent. I didn't get on it to that extent till I heard Princella, and I'm like, baby, there's some truth up in there. And I just started following her. And now I'm going back and looking at some of the stuff. As a matter of fact, what I was going to talk about today was the Kevin Samuels. It's a video that I wanted to share that I hadn't got to do yet. But yes, girl.
Yeah, so here we have now this whole new thing that's happening where homosexual men and men who are transvestite are really downgrading black women.
Exactly. Yep.
Funky Dineva just did it just recently. And so there's this anger with black men and black women. I don't know when it started. I don't know when it came from. I think it's a lot of finger pointing. The black man saying, no, I left because it was your behavior. And the black woman saying, well, I was behaving the way you were behaving because you was leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
or you was cheating, or you wouldn't keep a job, or you wouldn't take care of the kids. You wouldn't,
And their notion is, well, if you would have stuck with me, I would have eventually become the man that I needed to. Well, baby, my thing is I can't raise you and these children too.
Right.
And so now, because I don't want to put up with the foolishness, but that's that whole, passport bros.
Yeah.
And all that, saying that women of other races and other cultures are more submissive and willing to, basically what they saying is they willing to let you cheat on them, beat the hell up out of them, and financially rape them.
Right. Well, and actually, when they go and get these women from these other countries, these are third world countries. Third world countries. Trust me, I went and grabbed a man from over there one time, and I sent his ass back in 10 days. Let me just say, been there, done that. I ain't judging, no judgment. Do what you gotta do. He was great, you know, all that kind of stuff. But no, ma'am. No, these are third world countries. So yes, you can do a lot of stuff that you would not, you know, be able to do over here.
Correct.
But it's not the same quality. And most of them, I was gonna say most of them, because do you watch 90 Day Fiance?
No.
That has been a guilty pleasure of mine, and I'll tell you why, especially during this last few years with when I couldn't travel, because you feel like you're traveling. You're actually in these different places with them, and so it's like, oh, I want to go there. So that's kind of how I started getting into it. But the interesting thing about these relationships is they go over there to these third world countries. These women are thinking, oh my God, he's rich. He's paying $1,000 for the hotel for a week, and he's doing this, and they think all these Americans are rich, and then they do all this stuff, and they get paid thousands of dollars to get them over here to this country, and these women see they live in a mobile home, and baby, they be out. Do you hear me? Like, no ma'am, no
ma'am. So that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What woman on earth want to live in the dirt,
right,
bro?
Right.
What woman want to work 2 or 3 jobs so that you can sit at home and play PlayStation or whatever, cheat or whatever the hell it is you're doing? Mm-hmm. So it goes back again to this bitchification of men, where men have now feel like it is almost a woman's responsibility to come to the table. Sometimes not even 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10. Oh,
it is so. Net, let me just tell you, a recent guy that I was talking to, he actually, one of the first things he said to me was, you know, if you're gonna date me, I just want to be upfront. Any woman, how did he say? Any woman that's going to be mine is going to do one of two things, or both of two things. Do what I tell her to do, or what I allow her to do, and that's it.
Oh.
So I should have ran.
So he ain't got no woman.
No, he don't. But I should have ran. It shouldn't even been a friendship at that point, but I did. I was liking him. I was like, okay, we can.
What?
I was. Hold on. Let me go to the store. To the door and get my DoorDash. But yes, I got to finish this because this is going to get good. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so he really said that, and I really let it go. I'm like, okay, that's fine, because see, this is what I'm talking about, where I did not have the understanding at that point that I thought I was missing. So I'm looking for this man who can come. Now, one of the first things he said is, he said that, and then he said, so what are you bringing to the table? And I said, me? Like, that's good, me. I mean, I don't know. Whatever made you want to come to my table, you saw, whatever you saw, that's what that is. Because at the end of the day, when it's me and you, we're both bringing all that we are, in my mind, to the table.
Right.
I think he wanted a little bit more specific, but I didn't give that, because I'm not auditioning for some shit. Like, that's somebody calling. Right. That's like somebody calling me on my work phone talking about, why would I choose you as my CPA? Well, why did you look at my website and then call? Whatever you saw out there that made you call should answer that question. And if it doesn't, then you need to keep scrolling. Like, to me, that's honestly, but that's just me. But here's the point. He said that. So we're dating or whatever you want to call it, friends. And at one point he shows me, pulls up, shows me his bank account, 6-figure bank balance, multiple accounts, he got it going on. So of course I'm immediately like, okay. But then right behind that, I thought, is he expecting me to tell him what my bank balance is?
Right. Like, why are you
Yeah,
showing me
why?
this?
Yeah, why? So anyway, didn't. And then it was like several little things like that. So that, and then what else was it? Just, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Oh, and I got a so and so credit score and blah blah blah. You think I'm gonna tell you what my credit score? Like, and I, so again, this is why I'm telling you Princella got my attention, because at that time I had never experienced what that's fishing. What you're trying, this is the Kevin Samuels. So now
Yeah.
that I look at Kevin Samuels, and he said, well, here's the point. I do need to know, because I said, well, why would you ask a woman? He said, I don't need a woman to take care of me. And I'm thinking, well, why would you ask those questions if you didn't need something from a woman, if you're going to do it? And he said, because I'm a high value man. That should have been my clue right there. High value
There it
man.
is.
High value man. And that's one of those phrases. So from this point on, if you say that to me, you getting blocked. He blocked right now. You're going to be blocked. That's it. I'm not even having the conversation, because that is a level of brainwashing that you hardly cannot get past. Especially when you're getting into 40s, 50s, and 60s. If you're having those conversations, you need to run, because that's not going to get better. Unless like, and I don't know, I'm interested in your perspective, because we differ on a lot of that. Because I guess if what you're looking for is a man to provide and protect, maybe you want a high value man, and so you're willing to do what I say or what I allow you to do, because you're providing and protecting, and I don't have to work.
Well, I think regardless if you work or not, I think some women, all women, to some degree, want to love their husbands and treat them well. So cooking and cleaning and doing things for them is a natural part of the relationship.
Which I did.
Unless he likes to cook. Sometimes men like to cook too.
Right.
But
right.
it's a give and take. It's
Yes.
this notion that I have to come to the table with this perfect credit score, this money, or whatever. Then again, to me, that's fishing, because you want me to take care of you. I mean, what's going on here?
Right.
So I don't like men who money is the first thing on their mind, what they need and what a woman need to have. And I blame who was that? I'm an independent woman and who pay their own bills. Mm-hmm. All this old bullshit. If a woman got 3 or 4 kids, she's struggling. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's making 7, 8 figures, 6, 7 figures, you know. Yeah. But even if she's making that kind of money, she's still tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm in a relationship with a man, you my husband, these are our children, I expect you to bear the burden of this home equally.
Right.
And so, there are women, you're right, who will tolerate anything from a man. I think all women tolerate some things from a man if you're in a relationship, period.
Right.
Whether it's him leaving his drawers on the floor.
Right, right.
But the getting into deeper, where you expect me to have a certain financial standing, and if you do, then I now have to bow down basically to you. No, that's not that's not gonna last, because I'm gonna be cheating with the pool guy. Now I'm gonna be taking girlfriend trips all the time.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, but you know what? There are women that works perfectly for them.
I was going to say,
whatever makes you happy.
That's what I was going to say. I think the power comes in defining the relationship for whatever works for y'all. Because like I said, at the end of the day, for me, like, I don't want somebody on me all the time, every day, every night. I'm good with a sister wife. Monday, Wednesday, what was the song to say? The weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, you and then Monday you can have them or whatever. Like, I'm good with that. That works for me. So I just think if each person sets their own thing, because at the end of the day, one thing that I know is men are gonna do what they want to do. It don't matter. It don't matter. And it ain't no amount of time. I remember a colleague of mine told me one time, she said a guy who works with her or whatever was telling her he had been married, some 30 something years. And she was like, really? Well, that's amazing, whatever. And he said, and this is my thing. If a man respects you, he will for 30 years come in that house by 7 p.m. So he is there for dinner every night. and he do everything he need to do before that time. I'm like, oh my God. But it's true. It's true.
My husband is that way.
Huh?
My husband is that way. If he's cheating, if he doing dirt, he don't do it where it would draw attention to himself.
Well, and it's even bigger than that. Now, that's one thing I can say. My old pastor said right to my ex. He said, he said, no matter what, you always take care of home. He said, if someone was getting ready to come in your home and you knew, so let's say a neighbor called you and said, hey, I see some robbers. They're in front of your house. They got guns and masks. They're getting ready to go in. And he said, what would you do? He said, man, I would get there as fast as I could. And I mean, I'd take them all out. He said, okay, well, you need to do the same thing to the women because they coming to rob your house. And it's true. It's true. So at the end of the day, what this man was saying is the same thing. He's like, you know what? You can actually, a man who respects you will do everything he got to do, but he gonna make sure home taken care of. He ain't gonna mess that up. He ain't gonna come in at 3 and 4 in the morning. He ain't gonna do that. Now that's just a rule if 3 and 4 in the morning bothers you. Now if 3 and 4 in the morning don't bother you, then that's not an issue. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said all relationships really need to, if you're going to have it, it just needs to be based on your agreement and not some societal agreement. Because I think it's those societal agreements that are or that have people lying and what's called cheating and whatever, because they can't be honest. Because it's like, oh, well, if you're doing that, you're not a good husband. Well, if that don't bother your wife, you are a good husband.
Well, exactly. But the truth of the matter is, when you look at marriage, in relationships, if I'm going to be in a relationship and a marriage with you, but I'm going to be screwing around, why be in a relationship? Just be single.
Because society says, well, one, a man who stays single, people start thinking he's gay. Once you get over a certain age. 2, they need somebody to take care of them because men die at a faster rate than women, and they get sick when they're single at a faster rate. They're not going to eat healthy. They're not going to do things they need to do. They're not going to go to the doctor. Remember, like I said, most women who are sleeping with someone else's husband are really sleeping with that wife because she don't want to get him to the doctor. She don't want to make sure his clothes done and his drawers clean. You married soon as he leave, which ain't gonna happen because men don't leave. But soon as he did, and you see dirty drawers, you're like, well, wait, your drawers wasn't never dirty before. Because that wife was washing them. Once that wife stopped washing them,
with the representative, not the real person.
That's right. No, it ain't even the representative. Because if you dating a single man, that's the representative. Because he doing everything right for that time. But when you dating a married man, you done fell in love with the wife. Because she doing all that stuff. She doing it. She keeping it up. She giving him time to go get the hair done. Girl, and the men at the nail shop. Oh my God, getting their feet and nails and I ain't mad. My husband's did it too. I ain't mad at it, but it's like that's an all-time high now. Like, I don't know.
So I've never said, and again, I would go back to what I said is the bitchification of women. I mean, of men.
Yeah.
You know, instead of them being men, my husband and all my boys and my grandson, they're a rough bunch.
Yeah.
They burly, I just love it about them, the manliness about it. If we're all going to be feminine and the same, what gives us texture? What makes us different?
Right.
If all of us got titties, if all of us got BBLs, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and here's the thing. I do think, energy, we all have masculine and feminine. We all have all of that. But here's the thing. I'm not sure we know what it is, right? And so that's one of the other things that Princella teaches. And that's why I'm learning so much. Because she teaches about what true in nature masculine is and feminine is. Like in nature, I hate to quote people's stuff because I'll mess it up. But with the lions and lioness. The lion protects, the whatever it's called, the cubs, the family, the whatever that's called that they live, the den. The female, the lioness, goes out and hunts the food. So it's the opposite.
That's true.
Right. And so you look at nature and the way it's perfectly designed, And man ain't touched none of that, ain't had nothing to do with none of that. So what we look at with us, that men has designed and wrote and interpreted what God, what God is saying and all that. And then everything, the planet is dying. Maui is burning up. And you know what? I saw something, not to get off track, but it is, on CNN. I don't know if you've seen that, where they're interviewing the residents in Maui. And for many years, the water supply had been cut so that it can all be diverted to the resorts. So the residential areas were limited in how much water they could get. And they could never get rights to tap into those main water sources because it would impair the hotels and the money that Maui was getting. So hence, when the wildfires came through, the only option they had would have been to do helicopters, and they were too big because they couldn't tap into the water supply. So the whole dang island is gone. Men. This is America. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's that capitalism in that case, all the isms. So she really, I didn't get that from her. I saw that myself. I saw that story. But it is all these isms, patriarchy, socialism, capitalism, I don't know, politicism, all of that. But again, I'm not going to get on that. But the point is, I don't know. I changed the subject and I forgot what we was talking about before.
Yeah, I said, okay, now you done went down the woods. I'm trying to stay with you, sis.
Girl, this ADD, baby, it will take you wherever. And it pops up. Boop, there you go. But yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, but even with that, looking at what happened in Maui, and I'm just it was so sad to see such a beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't have the structure in place to meet these people's needs. They said the police were turning them back and they had to run into the water. They are not even answering questions. FEMA took 8 days to get there, and they're giving them $700 per household versus what we're sending to Ukraine. I think the government is really messed up, and it's sad that our money that they take without even out before we even get it. We have no say so on where it goes, because my say so would have been send it to the people in Maui versus send it to the people in Ukraine. So again, like you said, patriarchy, and believing that even with our look how old these politicians are, 81, 90 years old, having strokes on TV.
Exactly. And that is the power, net, that I was talking about. That is the power. I'm not talking about these average manosphere, whatever men talking about, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about the main primary power, the laws, the structures, and all of the things that are in place to keep society in a certain order, so that we, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying we, me included, remain in a level of slavery. That's keeping us there.
Absolutely.
It's keeping us there. It
is. And if I can distract you by fighting each other, by women telling men that they don't need all of these things, and you won't be noticing what I'm doing over here, stealing money. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, this has been just too wonderful.
I know, this was good. Okay, we're gonna have to do. We were talking about forever doing a little weekly thing, so we have to.
Well, we did, and I think we did over 50. You did set up a page. We only did 2 recordings though.
I did, because we never could do. We were just doing the sound. Remember, we weren't doing the video. I mean, but we could shift it to where we do
the video. We can do that through Yard. What is it called? StreamYard.
Yeah, we can do it on Zoom. I have Zoom. We can do StreamYard. I have Restream. Yeah, same thing. So we can do it.
We need to kind of get on the schedule and let's look at that. What days are best, and let's just do this. I like this.
I do too. Saturdays are probably going to be good days. Either Saturday, well, probably not Sunday for you unless it's Sunday late, but probably Saturday.
That's good for me too.
Huh?
That'll be good for me too.
Okay, so we'll figure it out. Well, honey, I'm fixing to eat my lunch. I don't think I'm gonna get to do my other YouTube, but I'm gonna send you a copy of this. And then you can look and make sure
Okay.
you approve it, and then I may just share this little piece that we've had. The whole 2 hour conversation wasn't recorded. That would have been perfect. It would have been so
I
perfect.
know, right?
I don't know why I didn't start before, but I didn't. But now, I don't know. After I eat, I'll probably do the other that I was originally supposed to do before my Wi-Fi started messing up. And
Okay.
but anyway, I'll
Well, send me
share.
that one too, because I want to hear that one.
I will. I will. All right.
All right,
Talk
girl.
to you later. All right. Love ya.
All right, enjoy your lunch. Talk
Okay.
to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.